2 new civs just got added to the game, but that's not the only things changing in Season 10. Some subtle, while many more obvious, here are the 5 biggest changes of Season 10. You know, everyone has a prime time in life, and when that time passes, the arthritis, the slow start to set in, and Pro Scouts is no exception to that rule. Most notably, the movement speed. 40% speed malice has now been increased to 55% while carrying deer carcasses, making it substantially more risky. Add in the fact that you now have to pay more and the timing is more delayed, it gives people a way of actually countering now. It's fair to say that these additional tweaks to Pro Scouts, I think it is on the way out and around the back of the shed. But one thing's for sure, we're on the cusp of a new economy meta about to be discovered. Next up is the Byzantine cistern cost. It has been nerfed, but also buffed. This was most definitely a timing impact change. Cisterns now cost a default 125 stone, and that number does not increase based on the number of cisterns. This has a huge knock-on effect to the timings on the initial first 2 mercenary pools where Byzantines were looking most dominant, but also will allow them to scale a bit nicer in the mid-late game. No doubt this is going to impact their win rate because that 9 to 10 minute timing that allowed you to transition to Castle Age is what was making the Byzantine Empire look like they were at their peaks instead of at the point where the Ottomans had their boots on their throat. Next up is the HRE Black Riders. Sticking a hand cannon on a pony was a bold move by the devs. Giving that unit maggot eye behavior at a button press may have been a step too far. That's right, you have the Caracol ability. These units do have checks and balances in terms of their cost and requiring castles to give you access to them, with a build limit requiring additional castles to be built. But one thing that I think was overlooked in the balance checks was the idea of this rapid turning. That's right, with a little bit of extra micro, the Caracol ability, which allows you to fire in the move, which is meant to be balanced by the fact that you can only shoot a gun forward because we're not a Family Guy GIF, has got a slight loophole. If you rapid turn, you're able to get shots off and then keep on running, something that a few high-level players have already been experimenting with. Next up is going to be more H3 buffs. That's right, this civ got an ungodly amount of love and treatment. I mean, it's got Holy the Title, so maybe God himself actually gave some divine intervention here because we have the Cistercian churches. That's right. This change has basically given an ability to get mini aachen chapels to the HRE. It's quite crazy, actually, because there's a knock-on effect here with the minework already starting to come more into the meta. That is, of course, the Blacksmith Age 2 landmark. I think we're going to see a shift further in that direction. Minework really is about the power spikes in Age 2, but has some long-lasting benefits down the line for its unique techs. Now with the ability to go for a semi-fast castle and replicate the Aachen Chapel effect, there's a fair argument to be made here that minework might become the new meta. Aachen definitely still provides a huge power spike much earlier in the game, but there's just been a lot of deviations with plays into prelates early on, which has proved beneficial for Regnit's pulls. I think it's going to say us shifting heavier and heavier away from Aachen, which actually is kind of exciting, but also horrifying because it means HRE's win rate might somehow go up even further. Okay, the final change here might be a little bit controversial. Just hold on with me a little bit, but it is about boats. That's right. I know there's gonna be this interesting thought that, oh my god, no one cares, everyone's banning water maps. But chill, think about this for a second. Ship formations is a game changer, especially for people of lower ranks. A big concern and a big complaint regularly people have is this idea that one demo ship can ruin your whole plans. In comes the formation. Staggered formation in particular is going to allow you to minimize the damage done in a jiffy with just a single click. It's not going to require that high APM that frustrates people as much. Add in the fact you can have the line formation to allow you to get closer or further away from danger, and I think people are going to learn quickly that with just a few presses of buttons, they can actually alleviate a lot of the concern that keeps people away from water entirely. So, those are my 5 big changes that I think went a little bit under the radar. Some are more obvious, some are a little bit more subtle. I know Pro Scouts were in there for a lot of people, but the interesting impact is going to be the knock-on effect on where we see people move when it comes to their food sources. Possibility could be that we actually see a lot more presence on the map. The scary thought is actually that some of the civs, such as French, that have found a lot of popularity through Pro Scouts, may have actually just indirectly gotten buffed by the fact that they are one of the best civs at playing on the map. There's a lot of knock-on effects we'll be seeing here in Season 10, but let me know what the biggest change you saw coming was, and what was the biggest surprise? What is the thing you think will change everything the most in Season 10? Catch me in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next chapter.